Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I was debating making this video for several reasons, but the main reason being because I really do not want to just get on here and make it seem like I am just 100% totally against Taylor Swift regardless of anything and everything. Like, I don't want people to think that, because at the end of the day, I am a logical person and I use logic rather than just, believing everything that I want to believe, or, hating someone just to hate them. I'm not that type of person. Again, like I've said on my channel many times, there have been times where there was a time where I was a die-hard Taylor Swift fan. You cannot tell me anything about that woman. So please do not try to come on my page and make it seem as if I just hate her, because I really, it took me a while to get to the place where I am with Taylor Swift, where I just simply have really little to no respect for her. With that being said, today's video is going to be about the rest of the infamous call between her and Kanye West coming out from like 4 years ago. This is such a drawn out situation, but I really want to talk about it because I have seen a lot of arguments that I think are not valid, and I just want to put my opinion out there because I don't feel like this side of the argument is being heard on Twitter, on social media. So therefore, I'm going to say it on my YouTube channel. But before I do get into the video, please go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. So without further ado, let's just get into the entire situation. So I'm just going to give you a brief rundown of the situation from literally, again, 4 years ago. Even longer than 4 years ago, like 11 years ago at this point. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and give you a rundown just in case you're confused or you don't know the timeline. So in like 2009 at the MTV VMAs or whatever, Taylor Swift got the award for Video of the Year, and Kanye West went up on stage and he said, Taylor, I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce deserved this award. And everyone was all like, oh my gosh, Taylor Swift is such a victim, and everyone felt bad for her, and blah blah blah. Fast forward a few years, they become friends. Taylor writes a song about Kanye West called Innocent, which a lot of people are not mentioning, but I remember that song because I literally know every word to the Speak Now album, and that song was about Kanye. And so yeah, whatever, she made a song about Kanye, they became friends, whatever. Fast forward to like 2016, Kanye makes a song called Famous. He talks about how he made Taylor Swift famous and called her that B word. I'm not going to curse on this channel at all. Anyways, so yeah, he said, I made that B famous. And he said that, yeah, I'm just gonna, you know it. Like you've heard the song probably, or you at least know that line that everyone was mad about. Taylor Swift said that she was mad about the line and that like Kanye never called her for her approval. Kim said, wait, don't lie. And then she actually released footage of Kanye calling Taylor and being like, hey, there's this song and it has these lines and it's about you. And she's like, oh yeah, whatever you want to say, go ahead and say it. So yeah, checkmate Taylor. And then everyone ended Taylor Swift. And then turns out in 2020, during the COVID pandemic thing, suddenly the rest of the video comes out, which is weird because how did the rest of the video come out? It's just a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the rest of the video. It's a pretty long video, but I'm just going to go ahead and insert the clips that are making the most rounds on Twitter. And then I am going to come back with my opinion on the entire situation and give you some flashbacks from 2016 and what was said back then. Okay, so first of all, watch these videos and then I'll come back.
All right, so dropping as a Good Friday song, so that's why I'm calling you, that I wanted you to put the song out. Yeah. All right.
Like, what would people, I guess it would just be people would be like, why is this happening?
Well,
I think it had something to do with it, probably.
Well, the reason why it will be happening is because it has a very controversial line at the beginning of the song about you.
What does it say?
Okay. So it says, and the song is so dope. And I've literally sat with my wife, with my whole management team, with everything, and tried to rework this line. I've thought about this line for 8 months. I've had this line, and I've tried to rework it every which way. And the original way that I thought about it is the best way, but it's the most controversial way. So it's gonna go Eminem a little bit. So can you brace yourself for a second?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It says, wait a second, you sound sad.
Well, is it gonna be mean?
No, I don't think it's mean.
Okay, then let me hear it.
Okay. It says, and the funny thing is, when I first played it and my wife heard it, she was like, huh? What? That's too crazy, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, when Ninja from D. Antwoord heard it, he was like, oh my God, this is the craziest shit. This is why I love Kanye, blah, 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 that kind of thing. And now it's like my wife's favorite fucking line. I just want to give you some premise of that, right?
Okay.
Okay. So it says, to all my South Side niggas that know me best, I feel like Taylor Swift might owe me sex.
That's not mean.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this is the thing where I'm calling you, because you got an army. You own a country of motherfucking 2 billion people, basically, that if you felt that it's funny and cool and like hip...
You know, the thing about me is like, anything that I do becomes like a feminist think piece. And if I launch it, they're going to be like, wow, like this thing, like they'll just turn it into something that, I think if I launch it, honestly, like, I think it'll be less cool. Because I think if I launch it, it adds this level of criticism. Because having that many followers and having that many eyeballs on me right now, like, people are just looking for me to do something dumb or stupid or lame. And it's like almost, I don't know, like, I kind of feel like people would try to make it negative if it came from me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I try to be super self-aware about where I am, and I feel like right now I'm like this close to overexposure.
Oh, well, this one is I think this is a really cool thing to have.
I know.
Definitely.
I mean, it's like a compliment.
So let's talk about it, because everyone is basically saying that Taylor didn't lie. He never did tell her about the line, I made that be famous, right? Okay, here's my first issue with everyone's arguments. That's not what the original problem was. Taylor Swift switched what she was mad about back in 2016. So at first it was, oh, I didn't even know about this line at all. I didn't know that he was going to release this song. This call never happened. So she was saying back in 2016 that the call didn't happen. Then that's why Kim Kardashian was like, sweetie, it did happen. Then she wants to twist everything around and say, oh, no, I wasn't mad about the call or anything like that. I wasn't mad about the song. I was mad about the specific line, I made that be famous. Why? Because she probably knew that that was the only line that she could stick them with, if I'm going to be completely honest. Because how is I made that be famous worse than Taylor Swift probably owes me sex? Let's think about this logically. Which one sounds a little more misogynistic? She owes me sex, so a woman who is not your wife and who you literally pretty much kind of humiliated on national television. Let's call a spade a spade. What in the world makes that line, and by the way, those lines are right next to each other in the song. What in the world makes that line better than I made that be famous? Oh my gosh, he called me a B word. I just can't take it anymore. He literally says that you owe him sex, but the B word, I just can't take it. Are we seeing what I'm putting down here? Like, are you getting what I'm saying? It's just like, the arguments constantly are switched from I'm mad about this. Oh wait, no, I'm mad about this. Oh no, I'm mad about this now. It's very manipulative to change your argument when nobody remembers what you said at first. Too bad for Taylor and too bad for her stans. Everyone remembers what she said at first, and you can look it up at what she said at first and what her team said at first. My issue with this situation from day one is that Taylor Swift says a lot about being a victim, but does not act accordingly. She said, I was recorded illegally, and yet she didn't do anything about it. She did not do anything about it. She didn't go to the police about it because she's saying I was recorded illegally, which means that you can take it up with the authorities, right? But no, I'm not going to take it up with the authorities. Why? I have no clue. She cries and whines and complains. Her stans cry and whine and complain, yet nothing has been done. But suddenly it goes from, she shouldn't have been recorded illegally, till now when it looks like everything is going in her favor, now suddenly that's not an issue anymore. Taylor Swift stans, wasn't it an issue that at first it was, he recorded her illegally, he shouldn't have done that, that's not supposed to be out there, right? But then when suddenly it's in your favor, or allegedly it's in your favor, because now you're going to twist what you even said in the first place, you're twisting your whole argument, now suddenly it's fine. This video is great. We love this video. Make up your mind. Make up your mind, Taylor Swift. It's so weird to me and mind-boggling to me how nobody remembers what they said when it literally lives on the internet. When videos still live on the internet, when articles still live on the internet, when I can still go back to articles from 4 years ago and get this screenshot. And on top of that, what I've always said about the whole illegal recording thing is that it is totally invalid. Why? Because it's obvious that the recording was either for their television show or it was for a documentary. Obviously. It's obvious that the aesthetic of the recording, it wasn't on like a phone recording. If it was on a phone recording, it would look a little more nefarious. But because of the way that the shot was set up, it's obvious to me that it was for like a documentary or something like that. And if you're calling someone and there's a film crew there for a documentary, it's obvious that they're going to let you know that you are being recorded. So now she can't use that anymore. But at one point, she did use that. She did use that argument. So you see how now suddenly the arguments are getting flipped and switched 4 years later when people don't think that we can remember? I don't like that. Don't manipulate it. Don't manipulate it. And don't act like people are idiots and can't see through the manipulation. So this was a statement that was originally released when Kanye came out with the song and Taylor initially had her first little fit, okay? They said that Kanye did not call for approval, but to ask Taylor to release his single Famous on her Twitter account. That is the first thing that's wrong with this whole statement. In the videos, you can hear him telling her at least some of the lines. Obviously, I mean, maybe he did tell her the I made that be famous line. Maybe he didn't, because again, we don't have the full conversation, because the full conversation is an hour long and allegedly we only have 25 minutes. So that's number one. Number two, he didn't call for approval, but then he told her this is what the song says. And then she's like, oh, that's not mean. So did he call for approval or didn't he call for approval? Obviously, if he's telling her what the song says and he's kind of cautioning her, like, listen, I know this might be controversial, but I just want to hear what you have to say. Obviously, he's calling for her approval. So that right there to me is a lie, because you can't tell what Kanye's intent for the call was. You can't tell what Kanye's intent for the call was because he asked for both. He asked for approval and then he asked Taylor to release the single on her Twitter account. So her team, they were trying to play mind games, but listen, you can't fool everybody. You're not going to fool everybody who's going to at least look at what you're actually saying rather than, oh, Kanye's lying, and just go off of that because they want to believe Taylor Swift and her team. Then, they go on to say she declined and cautioned him about releasing a song with such a strong misogynistic message. I don't see that. She said, oh, that's not mean. That line's not mean. When he literally said, Taylor Swift owes me sex, which is pretty misogynistic. Let's not lie. Let's not pretend. And Kanye is not innocent in the situation at all. I mean, to be completely honest, it's really, really disrespectful to many people to say that she owes you anything, Kanye West, because you disrespected her on live television, and that was really, and it's also disrespectful to your wife. So yeah, but at the end of the day, if she's like, oh, that's not mean, I mean, Taylor, if that's what you're cool with, that's what you're cool with. He's not talking about me, he's talking about you. But yeah, anyways, she didn't really say that when he first said the line. Then in the second video that I showed you guys, she goes on to say, well, I don't know, I just don't want that to be my image, and da-da-da-da-da, which is fine. But she never, in either of those videos, says don't release the song, which was the initial problem. Allegedly, that was the initial problem, was that he released this song where he was talking about her. What? Like, I don't get how they're going to twist everything as if things don't live on the internet forever. And then, her team goes on to say, Taylor was never made aware of the actual lyric, I made that be famous. So, but you were made aware of the lyric where he says, Taylor Swift might owe me sex. Which one is worse? I'm sorry, but my logical brain is saying that one's worse. Owe you what? Huh? But I made that be famous. That's the worst part. And even worse than that, it's calling her the B word. Taylor Swift, if you listen to it, I really want to see what she listens to, because if she listens to any raps where a rapper refers to women as the B word, then her whole argument is completely 100% null. Her argument has no weight. Her argument has no teeth to it whatsoever, because that is the most hypocritical thing in the world. And I doubt 100% that Taylor Swift, that all of the rap songs on her playlist, all of them none of them refer to women as the B word. I 100% do not believe that. So it goes from, so if this video had not come out, if Kim Kardashian had not originally exposed the call even happening, she would have been mad at the whole part about her. I'm telling you, she would have. But now she's flipping the script to, oh no, I'm mad about this lyric because it's not in the video. Because I highly, highly doubt that anyone who wasn't made aware of this song would be okay with someone saying that she owes them sex. I mean, maybe she would have, but I don't think that that's what was going through her brain. So see here, the original, notepad thing where Taylor Swift is trying to explain away what happens. Oh no, I'm mad because I didn't know that he was going to call me that B. Right? But then she goes on national television and she's like, I'm mad because you said that I was famous. She's nitpicking every single word. She's nitpicking every single word to come up with a good argument. And that's the problem that I have with Taylor Swift. And to be completely honest, neither of those videos, in my opinion, clear her of really anything. Because at the end of the day, she still played victim. And at the end of the day, she was still giving out information that wasn't lining up. She was still giving out reasons and arguments that were not lining up with each other. And that's the problem. In my opinion, Taylor Swift and her team were both manipulating the situation. Clearly manipulating the situation. To where, we don't want this song to be out like that. Let's do everything in our power to make sure that we look like the victims at the end of the day. Taylor Swift is always the freaking victim. I think that she somehow loved the fact that, and this is just me being completely honest and 100% transparent about how I feel about the situation. I think that she loved how she was the victim for so long in the situation between her and Kanye West. How she looked like the good person and the good guy for forgiving him for ruining her moment and ruining her shine, which in all honesty, was it that big of a deal? No. The VMA thing was not that big of a deal to be stretched out for a decade. It literally was not that big of a deal. Okay, it's show business. I'm sorry to say. He didn't did he kill your dog? Did he do something crazy? No, he went up there and he said that Beyonce deserved it. Which, did she deserve it? I'm not even going to say what I feel about that. But anyways, but You Belong With Me is a good video. It was pretty iconic. So, I think that both of them, if Taylor Swift had won, I wouldn't have been mad. If Beyonce had won, I wouldn't have been mad either. It's just how it went. There's pretty good videos. But at the end of the day, it's like she loved being the victim. She loved the attention that it got her. And so she is going to draw out victimhood for so long. First it's the Kanye thing. Then it's this thing. Oh, I didn't know that he was going to call me the B word. Oh my gosh, I'm it's so sad. And then now it's the Scooter thing. Now it's I signed a bad contract, but you can't buy my music. You can't buy it because I don't want you to buy it and you bullied me. Come on. Think of something else. Think of a better narrative. Think of, I don't know, actually be a victim. Come on. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I'm sick and tired of Taylor Swift being the victim and then everyone, because they don't want to seem like misogynists, and they don't want to seem anti-feminist or whatever. They just side with her because she is an enraged white woman and, all of that privilege that goes behind that. And, the bad black man and, miss me with it. Miss me with that narrative. I'm sick and tired of it. And at the end of the day, the full video being released or 25 minutes of that call being released, to me, in all honesty, proves really nothing. Now on to Kim and Kanye. Should that lyric have ever been in one of his songs? Absolutely not. Not at all. Not at all. Because at the end of the day, Kanye, to say that you made someone famous is really narcissistic, really egotistical, and it's just not true. Taylor Swift was famous before the whole Kanye situation. Did she get more famous because of the Kanye situation? Yes. Let's call a spade a spade. And she probably got more famous amongst the black community. Let's call a spade a spade. Because Taylor Swift wasn't popping amongst the black community. I mean, she's still not. Let's also call a spade a spade. But, she was popular with me, but, the black community, sometimes they accept me and sometimes they don't. So do I really count? Who knows? But, Taylor Swift wasn't popping amongst the black community. But then again, was Kanye West super popping? Actually, he was super popping kind of amongst the white community. So I take that back. Either way, Taylor Swift was famous. She made herself famous. Did that make her more famous? Yes. But she was still pretty big. She was really making it in country music and she was just getting bigger. So all he really did was just kind of help boost her. But at the end of the day, she still would have been, I don't know if she would have been as famous as she is now, but she definitely still would have been popping and still would have been a huge artist to this day. So no, Kanye, you didn't make her famous. And Kim, I don't know why in the world you would ever approve of that line. I would have gone with my gut and been like, Kanye, no, that's not a good line. Let's scrap that. You can find something else that's nicer to say, or not nicer, because I don't know. It's just something that doesn't sound like he's such a narcissist. Because all he did was make himself sound like a worse person. But then again, I think that people are realizing that this is hip hop culture. Hip hop culture is about being egotistical. It's about being misogynistic. It's about all of those things. So to target Kanye West for using that line against Taylor Swift, but not targeting all of the black rappers who talk about how black women are ugly and who, look down upon dark-skinned women, and then who make like light-skinned women more exotic and, talk about how light-skinned women are more beautiful. Stuff like that is just like, come on. Everyone's kind of being a little hypocritical because they're saying that he's misogynistic for that line, but what about the thousands, almost millions of other lines? What about when Eminem talked about the Manchester bombing and how, he's gonna... Come on. Eminem, he talked about the Manchester bombing twice and nobody said a word. But when it comes to Taylor Swift, since she's the perpetual victim, suddenly it's all a big deal. At the end of the day, was Kanye wrong? Yes. Was Taylor wrong? Yes. Was Kim wrong? Yes, but I think that she's the least wrong in the situation. And I feel like her releasing that video was simply her trying to defend her husband, which anyone would do. In my opinion, I will never fault someone for defending their spouse. Unless it's like super crazy what they did. But I don't think it's super crazy what Kanye did. And at the end of the day, Taylor Swift was lying on him. So I don't fault her for releasing that video. I fault her for even approving of the line. She should have been like, Kanye, let's think of something else because this is not going to work and this is not going to go down well. But in all actuality, in all reality, the song did kind of boost both of their careers. So was she thinking on Kris Jenner's level? Because, she is half Kris Jenner. And Kris Jenner, she is the queen of all, celebrity everything. She just knows how to do it. She knows how to boost your celebrity. So was Kim Kardashian thinking on the lines of Kris Jenner? And was Kris Jenner involved? Who knows? But I think honestly everyone in the situation is at fault in some regard. But I think that Taylor Swift is the most at fault for lying. Anyways, that is it for this video. Please enjoy this obligatory Tom Holland picture as I close out. But those are just my feelings. I know that people are going to attack me at this point. Oh well, I'm just going to take it. I've already kind of braced myself to just not even read some notifications if I read the first line of them. But yeah, I just wanted to put my opinion out there because I feel like I haven't seen many people talk about the aspects of this whole situation that I talked about. So I wanted to put my point of view out there for anyone who cares. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Go ahead and comment down below what you think of this entire situation. All opinions are welcome, and please do subscribe to my channel. And I just hope that you guys are doing well. I know that you guys are probably getting like stir crazy and just want to get out of the house and out of self quarantine. But what I will say is that we will all get through this together. I truly believe that there is always light at the end of the tunnel, and I truly believe that this will not last too long. And I just hope that you guys are all getting through this as best as possible. And just thank you so much for being here and for watching my channel at all, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.